That is so being a thumbnail. But what's going on, everybody? We're back with another one. This is episode 8. The Hulk. One of my top two, my number 2 spot in my all-time favorite comic book characters of all time. We're really knocking these out. We're really knocking these out, guys. But it doesn't really seem like you're as interested as in this series as the Marvel Universe series. If you haven't checked out, I just posted. Well, not just posted. This is gonna be posted before that. But I'm about to finish the finale of Phase One of my Marvel Universe. Go ahead and check all those parts out. If you guys want me to have a whole video of just all the parts together, just go ahead and let me know. I'm telling you right now, it will most likely be a 2-hour video. But on with this one. So the first thing, so when it comes to the Incredible Hulk, as you can see, I got my two trade paperbacks when it comes to Incredible Hulk. This one being my most prized possession because it was this story that really got me into comic books, the World War Hulk storyline. Amongst the World Breaker Hulk storyline, where he fought the X-Men, he fought this dude right here, he fought Ghost Rider. It was just a crazy ass storyline. But this particular arc was, oh shoot, this particular arc is what helped me get into comic books to begin with. It's one of my most prized possessions. It's one of my most favorite item that's in my collection. But on with the episode. The first thing that the Incredible Hulk character has taught me is that there's power in trauma. And what I mean by that is people look at trauma as this kind of essence of weakness, or kind of this the kryptonite to their Superman that every single time it's brought up they just crash. I want you guys to understand, and this is coming from somebody who studies psychology. This is coming from somebody who is in the ABA field. It's not saying it's not that bad, but you should never let your trauma define you. You should always look at trauma as something to learn, something to understand, not only about yourself, but how you can turn that weakness into your own strength. And when it comes to the Incredible Hulk character, it's really more so about his trauma, more so about his childhood, to why he's so rageful, to why he holds on to so much rage and frustration. Later, it becoming his power. There's a really good chunk of Bruce Banner's story arc, early early days of him becoming the Incredible Hulk, that he at first denies it. He at first looks at the Hulk as something bad, something evil, something he wants to get rid of. Just like how people see trauma. They see it as something bad, something that's evil, something they need to get rid of. But later on, as Bruce Banner learns more and more how to control the Hulk, he learns that he needs to start accepting the Hulk. He needs to start accepting that this is him, this is a part of him, whether he likes it or not. But how can he understand it? How can he tap into it? How can he use this for good? For not only for his sake, but for the world's sake. That is something that I feel like, and I truly believe people should be looking at when it comes to their trauma. Something to tap into, something to understand, and something to figure out how to turn this into something that's positive, not only for yourself, but for everybody else. So that's the first thing. The second thing that the Incredible Hulk character taught me, anger can be a weapon if you know how to use it. To pretty much piggyback off the first thing, when it comes to those who struggle with anger issues, which is pretty much just another way to express their trauma, another way to pretty much deny something that's inside, something that needs to be fixed from within. And of course, when it comes to me personally, somebody who actually had anger issues, who pretty much took everything personal when they first was on that basketball shit when they were younger, I over the years I kind of learned how to use that to my advantage, how to use that as more so motivation, as extra energy in a way to tap into that anger first realize that you have that energy, and to use that to pretty much fuel you when it comes to overcoming the odds, when it comes to accomplishing something that's big, or even when it comes to helping you out in your own personal struggles. So anger can be a weapon if you know how to use it. The last thing that the Incredible Hulk character has taught me: pure strength would never win. Pure brains would never win. You must have some level of both brain and brawn. What do I mean by that? In a real life scenario, if you're the smartest person in the room and that's your goal is to be the smartest person in the room, you might want to shift your beliefs. You might want to shift your whole plan of action, because even successful people will tell you if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find you need to find another room. The same way, if you're the strongest person in the room, you need to find another room. You should always look for other ways to build yourself, to always be in a state of mind of being a student. Because once you become a master at something, learn something new, learn something else, challenge yourself. That's exactly how successful people are pretty much breaded. They're always challenging themselves. They're always rebuilding themselves. They're always destroying themselves so they can rebuild more. They're always they have a clear understanding of how the universe works. It's never always up. There's always going to be down days. There's always going to be days to where you have to take a step back. There's always going to be days you have to take a back seat to somebody or to something else. So they use that to their advantage with the understanding of, I know this is going to make me better. I know this is going to make me stronger. I know this is going to make me faster, smarter, wiser, etc., etc. When it comes to the Incredible Hulk, there's countless moments to where Banner needs the Hulk. There's countless moments of where Hulk needs Banner. The reason why this Planet Hulk, this World Breaker Hulk is probably one of his strongest forms, one of his strongest feats, is because he uses some level of his brain versus his brawn. Yes, he's still a 100% raged out monster, but at the end of the day, he thinks through his fights. If anything, he probably has the most focus out of everybody, and that focus is some level of him using his brain. So that's pretty much all I got. Number one, there's power in trauma. Number two, anger can be a weapon if you know how to use it. And number three, pure strength would never win. Pure brains would never win. You must have some level of both brain and brawn. Hope that helped you guys really take that to heart, and I'll see you guys in the next one.